Ever been triggered by a text message? Hands up if that resonates for you. I know I definitely have, and this morning I received a text message, and it was curious that I even immediately I froze. So when you think about that trauma response, the fight, flight, freeze responses, and you feel almost, you're triggered, right? And when I was in that space, once I kind of got through that freeze, I went to fawning, which is part of that survival, that reptilian brain. And I found myself apologizing and trying to make peace with the person who had sent me this text message that really deserved a conversation and did not warrant me apologizing for something that I really didn't understand what was going on and how it came to be. My brain was like, make it okay. And how often we're in that place. So we all have different ways of responding when we are triggered, and being in awareness of that makes a big difference. So after I sent that text message and I went for a walk and got some perspective, I was like, wait a minute. Taking a few minutes before I responded would have been more helpful in standing up for my own worth and being able to be in my strength in that way. So when you think of when you are triggered, how do you respond? What do you do? So there was a while back, there was the man or bear, and I know it's kind of gone through the internet now, but I remember when I was going through the thick of a divorce from my ex-husband. Oh my goodness, it was pretty intense, and I was constantly bracing myself for those text messages and working through that survival mode. And by contrast, I went on a trail and came across a bear unexpectedly. So I live out in the mountains, obviously you can kind of see it through the windows, but I did not expect this bear just came out of the woods and happened to walk right past me, and I just kind of held myself there. It was so close, I could feel like the wind, the breeze on the hairs of my arm, which are standing up straight. And the thing is that, and my heart was just like, oh my goodness. But after the bear passed, it was a big dude. I'm used to seeing bears here and there, but this one caught me unawares. And after the bear passed, I continued on my hike, and I was fine. And there's this difference of when there's a visible threat, we see it, we can move it through, whereas things like a text message or you're awaiting how it's going to go through, we're not accustomed to how to regulate our system again. And so the first thing I do is awareness. Like I take like stock. It's like evaluating what my body is experiencing. For me, typically, it's my heart will race. Sometimes people feel it in their stomach will clench, or you might like lose feeling and sensations to your hands or legs or things like that. But for me, it's usually my heart. My heart will race and my breathing will accelerate. So this is a natural thing that the body goes through to prepare to flee a threat, right? And the thing is that with a text message, it's not an obvious thing to flee from, right? Or maybe it's your boss, or maybe it's a family member, and you still have to see them. You still have to interact with them. You can't cut them off. And so being able to be in awareness of how you're responding, get curious about it, and think, how can I respond in a way that honors myself and creates clear communication with that person, so they don't get to infiltrate your peace and your well-being. And it takes practice. So I'm still on the journey. I've learned a ton, and this is something that I'm experienced in and help others with. But you know what? I'm human and I'm on this earth too. So just sharing that vulnerability of this morning where I caught myself fawning, which is, making peace with someone so that the threat feels minimize or diminish. So anyway, I hope you're having a fabulous day. I'm on my way to the dentist. Talk about feeling threatened, right? But it'll all be good, and I will catch you next time. Have a fabulous day.